Today I had the correct bias, the right draw on liquidity, and still took a loss. This isn't one of those losses where psychology got the best of me. It did reveal a small flaw in my execution, but overall this was simply a normal transaction that occurs in this profession. At 9:30, price invalidated the initial setup I was waiting for. Once that happened, I made a decision to step back and just watch what the market does, instead of actively looking for a trade. I was looking at this as a potential 5-minute market maker buy model. If that read was correct, price should not have traded past the 5-minute order block I had marked out on my chart. At this point, I dropped down to the 1-minute time frame. What I wanted to see was the 1-minute order block form inside of the 5-minute order block I marked out earlier. If that happened, it would confirm that my read was correct and that bullish order flow was beginning to step in. Once the 5-minute order block failed to support price, my interest in the setup dropped immediately. Even right here, when price formed an institutional entry drill, I wasn't interested. Something about price action just felt off. So instead of forcing anything, I marked out the level where I actually want to see price trade into. When price tapped into that level, I decided to enter. But looking back at it now, I may have been a little too eager in that moment, because this was the setup I originally wanted earlier in the session. And sometimes when the market finally gives you the setup you've been waiting for, you've already mentally committed to the trade, even though earlier in the session this setup had already been invalidated. It's a small leak in my execution, one that I'm going to be actively working to fix moving forward. Right here, price is stuck between two opposing PD arrays, and if the order flow is truly bullish, then this 1-minute order block should not have been violated. That's why I decided to move my stop just below it. Price eventually came down and stopped me out. I accepted the loss and decided to end the session here. This is the hindsight view of the trade. Had I held on to the position, I would have been fully stopped out. But because I was actively reading order flow, I was able to cut the loss almost in half. Even though eventually price did get to my draw on liquidity, this is part of trading. One trade, one loss. I'll come back sharper tomorrow.